Hey guys, it's Dan with the Corporate Thief Beats. We're continuing on the series on how to get featured on rap blogs or hip hop blogs. Now we've already discussed a couple of points. Today I'm going to talk about writing good emails, having a good email etiquette, and building relationships by sending emails to hip hop bloggers. Before we continue today's video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for updates and click the little bell icon next to the subscribe button. Thank you. What I've noticed from having my own websites, my own hip hop blog sites, and I have a couple of different ones now, not just the Corporate Thief Beats, also have getchorus.com, and I have a couple of other ones there as well. What I noticed is that a lot of hip hop artists tend to have poor email etiquette, and I understand that they're used to just chatting to people on social media and talking to people as they do in real life, and that's fine. But I think when you get on sending emails to certain people, you mightn't be talking to someone that's actually the head of that blog. You might be talking to someone that just works there, doesn't really understand that kind of way of speaking to someone. So you kind of have to portray a professional manner when you're writing your emails. So you kind of have to leave the street talk at home. Keep your emails short, concise, and professional. I mentioned this in one of the vlogs that I did already before. At the bottom of every blog post that a hip hop blogger does, you usually see about the author on their page at the very bottom, and you can find out more. He usually has links to their social sites, so you can get on Twitter and kind of comment on them based on the articles that they've already previously made. So just kind of for like a month, try and get in their stream all the time, and maybe a couple of them come on spend an hour every single day or half an hour every day of your time. I usually do kind of stuff like this at night time when I'm my girlfriend's asleep, and I kind of just have the laptop up, and I kind of just do some little tiny things, just to because I don't want to do any kind of work like that during my daytime. I kind of spend about 40 minutes kind of doing kind of social work like that, where I kind of keep my presence on my social sites, and I kind of get in front of the people that I want to get in front of. So I will find their Twitter pages on their blog. I will start commenting on their blogs. So I'm kind of getting in the space of that hip hop blogger. So when it comes time to ask them, oh, how do I get featured on your blog, or is there a space to be featured on the next blog? Are you interested in covering me as an artist on your site? They'll be more inclined because they're more familiar who you actually are. So it comes to the time when you actually have to ask for stuff. A good idea as well, I see a couple of people saying this before, see if there's any kind of things that you can do for them. Maybe help them submit reviews, tell them you did a review on a certain album that's came out now, or if you've seen something that's topical in the moment of hip hop that might suit that blog, tell them that you've actually written a little piece about something and submit that to them. Maybe they can take the credit for it, but you're kind of scratching their back, so when it comes to time to ask them for a favor, they'll have yours too. Stuff like this is really hard to do. The outreach stuff is really hard to do. So building relationships isn't the easiest way to promote yourself online. That's why I always stress, and this comes to the next point, what I'm going to talk about in this, because they all kind of lead together, is going back to outsourcing stuff as well. Finding another VA or another blogger to help you with your outreach, because I found this very difficult when I first started. It's easy to send one or two emails a day and go, oh, this is great, but once you start getting a couple of people saying they don't want to be feature you or stuff like that, it can really get bored really easily, fed up and burnt out. That's what happened to me. So I started to outsource a lot of this kind of work, getting my articles featured on other sites. I started to hire other writers to just start getting some leads for me to get featured on certain blogs, because I didn't want to be in front of the rejection all the time. It's just difficult, especially when we're musicians as well, where we find it's very difficult for us to take negative feedback, and a lack of progress always leads to low morale as well. So having an assistant, what I noticed is that my assistants don't have any interest in hip hop music or anything like that, so they don't feel any negativity if I don't get actually featured on that blog. So they don't feel anything, they just continue to work until they actually find a good site for you. And you can go on the sites I mentioned before, Freelancer, Upwork, and Fiverr.com is a cheap one there if you are looking for VAs and you're on a budget. Just get them to fire out a couple of emails like I suggested in the previous email, and see how they can be your VA for that day, and see if they can get you in front of a certain amount of blogs. Now, a lot of artists will skip this step and try and do it themselves, and that's fine. I understand the DIY musician kind of struggles. Been there, done that myself. But in my experience, I found that it's much less stressful to ask for help, and it's as musicians sometimes we kind of have this Superman syndrome where we feel like we have to control everything, and it's not really progressive when you're trying to do too much. If you end up sacrificing other things that are more important to you in order to do everything. So my advice would be to save up a little bit of money, maybe $100 to $200, hire a VA to do these kind of grunt work tasks. They don't have any emotional attachment is the word that I was looking for before with your music. They can continue to work no matter how long they're struggling until they get you the results that you would require. Just make sure that you're clear to what you want to get from the VAs, as well as that if you're going on Freelancer, Fiverr and Upwork, make sure that you actually do your research on them. Don't hire a VA straight on a whim. Make sure that you're reading their bio and they can actually work for you, and that there's good feedback on their profiles. That's just my pro tip as well. Make sure that you know and the VA knows exactly what you want to get out of this outreach to hip-hop bloggers, okay? If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, we've got tons of videos on the channel and my website about music marketing. I offer some free stuff on my website, some beats and artist resources. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button underneath the video. This is Dan from the Corporate Beats. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks.